What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everybody doing? It's football day. Woo! Time to go wrap up the division, baby. That might have been a little loud, but I can't help it. I mean, your boy's got the victory stogie already ready. Just gotta clip it and light it. Can't wait. All right, so we're gonna go, of course, get you ready for Niners Shecocks Part 2. But before we do that, we, of course, got to remind everybody that, as it is said before, it is the pre-said, it is football day. Save 10% with the promo code Shecock Hater on all For the Faithful by the Faithful Season 2 apparel exclusively available at ninerfaithfulradio.com/shop. Save 10% by using our affiliate link. If it would show it. There we go. Man, the internet. Bubby, if you're listening, the internet sucks. Um, Save 10% by using our affiliate link available in the link of the description of this podcast or video, and it helps out Niner Faithful Radio. Go to SeatGiant.com, use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. Follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio, and on Twitter at Niner Faithful R. Oh my God, that is horrible. Make sure you catch our halftime show and post-game show coming here at 9 p.m. here on the West Coast, or after the game ends, depending on what time the game ends. And obviously, you listen to the pregame, but make sure you catch Jason at halftime, and Jamie will be going live after the game on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, everywhere you're watching right now. And the postgame will be live, available as a podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, faithful of all ages, let's get the show cracking. Oh, one more time. Okay, here we go. Oh my God. It's fucking horrible. Okay, so we're back. So we have an active available for y'all. Go ahead and pull that up for everybody. You have Kevin Givens, Chavarius Moore, Hassan Ridgeway, whose season is actually done, Debo, Sammy Womack, Nick Zakel, Curtis Robinson. Sorry, Curtis Robinson, and Jimmy Garoppolo. Um, y'all give me 1 second. I have to pin this, and then I'll pull up the transaction because we gave Spence a permanent roster spot. Well, I shouldn't say permanent, but um right now, where is it? Oh, the team didn't even have it. Yeah, wow. It's not even on the Niners website. That's crazy. Okay, here it is. I was like, that's crazy. Jonas Jenkins and Willie Snead the fourth will be active. The San Francisco announced that the team has promoted Akeem Spence to the active roster from the team's practice squad in order to make room on the roster. The team placed D lineman Hassan Ridgeway on the injured reserve list. The way Dave Lombardi described it is that his season is done. Thank you for the light. But that sucks because Hassan Ridgeway was having a great season. I mean, when I say great season, it's relative to the fact that he was in a backup role. But he was having a great season for a backup. He was making an impact. He definitely is. I think his impact will definitely be missed on the D line. Okay, so now I just want to show this real quick. I mean, get it done. We could be 3 games up with 3 games left and hold the tiebreaker by sweeping them. Okay, so getting into some notes, the Niners are 18-30 all time versus the Shecocks, and 8-17 on the road. The D has 12 sickaways since week 8, the most in the NFL, and the Shecocks are giving up 4.6 yards per carry to running backs. And we have 14 picks on the year, second most in the NFL, next to Philadelphia. To me, that's huge. Because if you listened to Tuesday's show, I was very clear on how we're going to win this game. I said, look, I think, and I'll get to it, my keys to victory, but I think the defense is going to give us the offense plenty of ops this game. It's going to come down to the offense not making it a one possession game where some fluke shit could happen. Go ahead and get into our offense versus their defense. We're scoring 24.4 points a game. They're giving up 25.7 points a game. I would sneak peek. I have a scoring 27. So slightly above our average, slightly more than what they're giving up. Passing yards per game, we're having 230.8. They're giving up 218.2. I don't think this is going to be a high passing yard type of game. I honestly think it's going to rely a lot on the running game. Rushing yards per game, 130.6. They're giving up 160.5 yards per game. I like that. If the Niners can get 160, 175, shit, even 200, I find it very difficult that we're going to lose this ball game. Because that means that we have the ball, we're shortening the game, and how many times do you think that they can legitimately score on our defense, which I'll get to in a second. Total yards per game, we're averaging 371.8. They're giving up 396.1. Honestly, yeah, if we could get almost 400 yards of offense, love that. First downs, we have 270. They're giving up 284. We have 99 by rush. They're giving up 109. Yet again, susceptible to the running game, which I think greatly benefits the Niners in this game. 147 by pass. They're giving up 150, so only 3 more than we have all year. Timely passing first downs, I think would be appropriate. Sacks allowed there, they have 34. We gave up 23. That's one thing that concerns me a little bit, but Brock Purdy has shown the athleticism to escape the rush. So hopefully that does not become too much of a factor this game. And last thing, I got to make this a little bit longer. 45, we're averaging 45.18% on third down. They're giving up 45.89. I can say if we could get around the 45%, 50% range, yet again, I find it very difficult for us to lose this ball game. Defense versus their offense. See, this is where I really think the game is gonna be decided by the offense, but the game is gonna be won by the defense. 15.2 yards per game. They're giving up 20. They're averaging 26.3. what, 21 points? I actually forgot what I had them predicted them scoring. 211.8 passing yards. They're having 244.2. I think that could be somewhat irrelevant because I think it's going to be come down to red zone defense and offense, and ultimately, it's not. I don't see us giving up many touchdowns, and we've got issues if we lose this game by getting field goals kicked on us. They have total averaging yards. We're giving up 305.5. They're averaging 375. I don't think they're getting almost 400 yards of offense. First down, we gave up 214. They're getting 269. Rush 76 for them, 57 for us, 137, 166 for pass. Sacks, they're giving up 34. We're giving up 36. I think this could be a 5-sack game. I think we're going to get a sack for each championship. We have 21 takeaways. They're giving up the ball 19 times, 38.37 third down percent we're giving up. They're averaging 43.24% on third down. I don't see them completing third downs, and ultimately I see them giving the ball away, which is how I believe we're going to get the ops. We're going to go ahead and take a Twitch commercial real quick for a couple minutes, and then we'll be back to finish up the rest of this show. Okay, we're back. So, um, finishing up the show. Well, we got a few more things to do, but Charvarius Ward versus DK Metcalf is my matchup of the game. I mean, DK has given us issues in the past, and he is a physical problem. I mean, it's not guaranteed that Charvarius Ward will match up with DK Metcalf. I'm just saying it because that's what I would have it do. I would say my best corner versus your best corner. I know that leaves Tyler Lockett with presumably Diamador Lenore. I could have made that the matchup of the game, but Diamador's held his own. For the most part, he's not been the liability that we think he's going that we thought he might be. So next we got our player to watch versus the Shecocks. Of course, you see the man on my shirt. Number 85, Mr. George Kittle, 9 games, 41 catches, 562 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Let me see if I can specifically pull up his stats on Stat Mouse. They're actually a really good site. If okay, so I'll read you his stats just in versus. Um, so against Seattle, 13 first game, nothing to write home. 13 yards on 2 receptions on 2 targets. Second game in Seattle, 9 targets, 6 receptions, 70 yards. Not bad. 7 receptions, 7 targets, 86 yards in 2019. In 2020, which that's weird because they list this one as that was 19th season, then this is the 20 season. Okay. Oh, November 1st. I thought that said January 1st for a second. I was like, what? Anyway, 2 targets, 2 receptions on 4 targets, 39 yards. Nothing right. That's the game, of course, that he got Jimmy got hurt. And then the last game, December 5th of last year, 12 targets, 9 receptions, 181 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So, I mean, he was a beast last year. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Of course, Mimi, you know it. Bang, bang, Niner gang. But Kittle Corn is my player to watch for this game. I think that he's going to ultimately. I know I pick him a lot, but this is the one I think he's going to have. Okay, so we got this date in Niner history. I'm going to call audible on this one. I have a completely, totally different game mapped out for this date in Niner history. And my fault, I didn't look through every year. That's my fault. That will never happen again. But I'm going to go to what I didn't know was December 15th, but was a very special game in Niner history. December 15th, 1997. Of course, to me, this is known as the game that Jerry came back from his torn ACL in the same season, but also it is the day that we retired Joe Montana's jersey at halftime. The Niners would win the game 34-17. Jerry would actually catch a touchdown, hurt his knee, and then would actually finish the season in the second quarter. But Steve ended up the game. Sorry, y'all. I didn't take notes because I didn't realize this was this game. Where are stats on this game? I'm trying to find the stats as we are right now. I know this is horrible. It's radio. Steve finished the game 22 of 34 for 276 and a touchdown, was sacked twice. Ran 3 times for 11 yards. Our leading receiver was Brent Jones, 6 receptions for 68 yards. Jerry caught a touchdown. And Terry Kirby had a rushing touchdown. How did we score so many points? We were down actually 10-0. Then Jerry catches the touchdown to make it 7-10. Jason Elam misses a field goal. Terry Kirby scores from 1 yard up. Van Born scores a touchdown, made the score 17-14. Scores actually ends up Gary Anderson kicks a 32-yard field goal, makes the score 17 at halftime. We retire Joe's we retired Joe's number, and the second play of the game, or the second half, Merton Hanks picks off has a pick six against John Elway. The score becomes 24-17. Gary Anderson kicks another field goal. Kevin Green recovers a John Elway fumble in the end zone. And returns it 40 yards for a touchdown. And that's how we would end that game. Second to last thing, keys to victory. Key number 1, no turnovers. The Niners are 8-0 this season and 26-9 under Shanahan when we do not throw a pick. If there has been a flaw in the Dirty Purdy's game, it has been although the Miami one I don't make a big deal out of. In my opinion, we're by far better football team, and the only way that I see us really losing this game is if we start turning the ball over. Key number 2. Touchdowns, not field goals. Since Purdy has taken over, the Niners are 4-8 when it comes to scoring in the red zone. That's a huge improvement, and honestly, one of the things that has impressed me most about our O with him under center. That must continue if we want to wrap up the West. I have a feeling we're not going to beat the Shecocks kicking field goals. Next man up. We all know we're going to be without Debo, and our D depth is starting to get tested. But if there's one thing we know about the San Francisco 49ers in 2022 is that they will not use that as an excuse, and we have had our share of injuries this season. But each time that has happened, the next man has stepped up, and this week I believe will be no different. And last but not least, key number 4, step on their throat. Last week, we saw the Niners kick the Bucs when they were down. We stepped on their throat. We showed no mercy. We took no prisoners. Whatever cliche you want to use, the same thing must happen this week. I believe the D will give us enough ops on O to blow them out. It's really honestly up to the O to make that happen. And ultimately, that's why I think this game will be 27-13. Niners. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go wrap up the West. Kittle's going to kick some feathers out. I'm telling you, I mean, remember the one-hander he had, I believe it was in 2019? Like, Kittle's just going to make some plays today. I'm not saying that he's going to have an amazing stat game. He won't have 200 yards, but he's just going to make plays where you're like, that's why he's the best tight end in football. And it's going to jumpstart the offense like it always does. Debo is also a player that does that, but we don't got Debo, so it's going to be down to the captain, George Kittle. I'm fired up if y'all can't tell. All right, y'all. I'm going to see y'all next week or on Tuesday for Niner Faithful Radio review. Thanks for the love, Mimi. Make sure you tune in to Jason at halftime and Jamie at the post game. Till then, faith, love, and happiness. Go Niners! Let's get this dub, baby.